a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that one day, even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today I have a dream that one day down in Alabama, with its vicious racists, with its governor having his lips dripping with the words of interposition and nullification, one day right there in Alabama, little black boys and black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers. I have a dream today.
You're welcome. This is Crossfire on Udala 104.7 FM Onitsha. This lovely Saturday morning, today being the 27th today in the month of December in the year 2025. We're gradually coming to an end. Today will be the last edition of Crossfire in the year 2025 as we transition to 2026. And we thank God Almighty for making it possible for many of you who started the program with us sometime around March this year. Here at Udala 104.7 FM, we are marching forward to 2026. For records, we've been able to achieve so much, and we've been able to talk about so many things that also elucidated the reactions, responses from government. We try as much as we can to hold government accountable in line with the principles of Section 22 of the 1999 Constitution as amended. The Federal Republic of Nigeria, you're welcome wherever you are listening to us from. For those of you who are still in different parts of the world, those who plan to come back here and those who would also want to stay back there, we appreciate everyone for these very meetings we've had from time to time. You know, it's simply the best if you ask me. And we are going to go straight to the business of the day. But remember, I'm still your Honorable Speaker, Tony Olisa Mbeki, the senior advocate of the people, and we are going to delve into what we have this very day. Remember, just decided that we do this alone to appraise the year. We want to appraise the year. That's how we usually do it. We look at the year, look at different things that happened, and then try to make comments on all the developments within the year. And that's how we do it. We try to mirror events that have happened in 2025. And then for me, I will ask you, which one was your highlight of all the events that happened in 2025? Which one was the highlight? I know some will say maybe the state of emergency declaration in River State, or some would also say the suspension of the democratically elected institution, and many would also have one thing or the other to say. Some would say would be the trial of Nandekano, how he was sentenced to prison. And there are a lot of things that happened within the year. So we want to do appraisal, general appraisal of all the development, political development within the year. Which one, not many, which one do you think is the major highlight of all of this? We are going to do that today. And that's most time when we do this, we don't need to bring in a guest, we do it together. And even the guests would also be doing that, because many of them would also call in and also make their own thoughts as far as this is concerned. This is the last of the program in 2025, and we are going to take the first edition by the time we transition into 2026, because we know very well 2026 starts next week Thursday, sorry. That's 2026. 1st of January is next week Thursday, and then the next week Saturday, a week today, will be the first edition of the program in 2026. You are welcome. Sit back and enjoy different highlights that will be coming from different people, from different personalities, and even you. So just sit back. But before then, let's quickly serve you the political roundup stories, the political developments happening in different parts of Nigeria and beyond. The federal government has insisted that it is committed to kickstarting the implementation of the new tax reforms law on January 1st, 2026, saying the reforms are aimed at promoting economic growth, inclusivity, as well as shared prosperity for Nigerians. This was disclosed by the chairman of the Presidential Committee on Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms, Taiwo Oyedele, in Lagos on Friday. So for those who have been asking for the suspension of the new tax laws, Oyedele has said that the federal government, is committed to kickstarting the implementation of the new tax reforms law on January 1st, 2026. Sokoto State government has confirmed that a joint airstrike carried out by the Nigerian military in collaboration with the United States targeted terrorist enclaves in Tanzagaza local government area, with no civilian casualties recorded. The confirmation was contained in a statement issued on Friday by the Director General of Media and Publicity, Government House, Sokoto Abubakar Bawa, and made available to journalists in the state capital. The National Assembly has ordered the re-gazetting of 4 major tax reform laws amid public controversy over alleged post-passage alterations, insisting the move is purely administrative and aimed at protecting the integrity of the legislative record. This was contained in a statement issued on Friday by the House of Representatives spokesperson, Akin Rotimi. Just to end that controversy, the National Assembly has ordered the re-gazetting of the major tax reform laws to avoid any controversy. The ones passed by the National Assembly as assented by Mr. President, they have ordered the re-gazetting of such laws. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has assured Nigerians that community and state policing will soon become a reality once the National Assembly completes the required legislative input, saying the move will mark a decisive shift in the country's security approach. The president gave the assurance on Friday while receiving a delegation of the Christian Association of Nigeria, led by its president, Daniel Oko, at his residence in Lagos. And he said the other time that he has bragged even before our foreign partners that the state police is a fiat accompli, something that he has been making mouth about, that it is in place. And then he was assuring the Christian Association of Nigeria that both community and state policing will soon become a reality. He's just waiting for the input of the National Assembly. The Nigerian Army says the Nigerian Army says its troops across theaters have neutralized terrorists and arrested suspected gun runners in coordinated operations nationwide. A credible Army headquarters source told News Agency of Nigeria that the troops had sustained offensive operations with remarkable successes. President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, on Friday expressed optimism that banditry and other security challenges confronting the country will be defeated in 2026 and beyond, urging Nigerians to work collectively towards a more peaceful and equitable nation. Akpabio called on Nigerians to set aside their differences, embrace peace, and foster unity within their families, states, and the country at large, stressing that national development can only thrive in an atmosphere of peace. Renowned Islamic scholar Sheikh Ahmad Gumi on Friday called on the federal government to discontinue the United States military intervention in fighting terrorism, saying it will attract anti-US forces to Nigeria and make the country a theater of war. He advised the government to instead seek assistance from China, Turkey, and Pakistan in tackling terrorism. Former Ekiti State Governor Ayodele Fayoche on Friday accused Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde of abusing power and weakening the People's Democratic Party (PDP) across the Southwest. Speaking in an interview on a private television, Fayoche alleged that Makinde took overall the choice lands in the state and had alienated many of those who supported his emergence. Former Benue State Governor and Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akume, has reportedly married Zainab Ngohemba George, the former wife of the Ooni of Ife Oba Adeye Ogunwasi. The union became public on Friday, December 26, 2025, following a celebratory Facebook post by Abraham Double D Dajo, a member of the Akume Dajo family from Mbako, Benue State. And finally, Kebbi State Police Command has arrested some suspected kidnappers and recovered illegal firearms during week-long tactical security operations across the state. The operations, carried out between December 21st and 26th, 2025, followed intensified patrols and intelligence-led actions aimed at dismantling kidnapping networks and curbing the spread of illicit weapons. And those are your political roundup stories. We move straight to general appraisal of different political developments in 2025. Which one do you think is your highlight? So if you asked which one is your highlight and what do you think about that very development, please go on. We are doing general appraisal as we end the year on Crossfire and transition into 2026. Remember, this is Crossfire on Udala 104.7 FM, the most listened political program in entire sub-Saharan Africa. I'm still your honorable speaker, Tony Olisa Mbeki. Remember, you can follow this program live on our YouTube channel and also on Facebook. Just go to Facebook and search at Udala FM and you'll be part of this very program. You can drop your comments. You can also go to our YouTube channel, search at Udala FM, and you can also drop your comments there. Follow the program, please. Share the program anywhere you are. You have to really do that for us. Share the program on our Facebook as much as you can. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and be part of the program. And for those of you who think that you can just take it on yourself alone, allow your brothers, those who are in different places, to also be part of this and also follow what we do here, because we cannot in any way have it all alone. So, talking about these major political developments in the country, and then let me quickly highlight a few of them, and I will also let you know the month some of these things happen. You know, I think in January, the major political development in January was that Nigeria was admitted to BRICS as a partner country. You know, remember the BRICS, you talk about Brazil, you talk about Russia, you talk about India, China. These are countries, you know, that have one economic goal. Nigeria was admitted to BRICS as a partner country for economic enhancement and global economic positioning. I think that was maybe, would I say, major development in January. But if you talk about March, it was in March President Bola Ahmed Tinubu declared a state of emergency in Rivers State amid a protracted political crisis, suspending Governor Siminalayi Fubara and the deputy governor and also the state lawmakers for 6 months. And this move sparked widespread controversy over federal overreach and constitutional concerns. In fact, the emergency rule was lifted after 6 months with officials reinstated. Then you move to somewhere around June, July, and it was around that period, June, July, that Tinubu signed 4 major tax reform bills into law, consolidating taxes and creating a centralized revenue authority. I think opposition figures like former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, P2 be formed or aligned with the African Democratic Congress, also as new third force opposition platform to challenge Tinubu in 2027. I think it was also around June, July that ADC came to be as a coalition party. It was around that period. So I don't know if it forms a major highlight for you. It was also somewhere around July. There was this report that emerged of former President Muhammadu Buhari's death in UK. It was in July that the reports emerged that the former President Muhammadu Buhari died in UK hospital. In fact, over, I think the wife later said it was pneumonia. But the Senate approved Tinubu's request to borrow $21 billion externally for the fiscal budget. I think it was also in July. It was also another development in July. I'm just trying to reel out some of these developments I can't remember. And then if you move down to September, allegations surfaced of a coup plot by senior military officers to overthrow the government, leading to investigation and heightened security measures. In fact, there was also some level of recalibration of the military architecture in the country. We saw where the president also promoted the new chief of defense staff, who also relieved Musa, who is now the minister of defense, of his position. So it was, I think, in October, because the allegations surfaced, the coup allegations surfaced sometime around September. Then the major military shake-up, where the president appointed new service chiefs to address ongoing security, was sometime around October. Yes, October. Then, if you look at sometime in November, Tinubu submitted names of non-career ambassadors to the Senate, ending a prolonged diplomatic vacuum. So if you look at throughout the year, there was surge in defections to the ruling All Progressives Congress. That one happened at different times in the year. From one month to another, we saw defections from members of People's Democratic Party to All Progressives Congress. But it raised fears of Nigeria becoming a one-party state. And remember, opposition parties like the PDP, they face internal division. So throughout the year, that one happened. So we wouldn't say it happened at a particular month. So it was something that was repeating from time to time. So if you also look around December, it was the period, it was on December 25th. But before that, sometime around November, Trump also did say that he would conduct airstrikes in Nigeria. In fact, there was a way he said it with guns blazing. Remember the Trump statement? It was sometime early November he made that very statement. Many Nigerians were asking Trump, when are you coming? Many had wanted him to come here earlier before then. Many also distanced themselves from that statement, saying that how can Trump undermine our sovereignty by threatening Nigeria of such military action? But then, guess what? On December 25th, the United States, under President Donald Trump, conducted airstrikes on Islamic State, ISIS-affiliated targets in northwest Nigeria's Sokoto State, with Nigerian authorities, but then Trump framed it as protecting Christians, though Nigerian officials emphasized joint counter-terrorism efforts and rejected religious persecution narrative. Of course, we saw what the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Tuga, was saying. It was not about religion, according to him. But then also, I think it was a development we saw the other time, and many Nigerians are still talking about that very airstrike. But then we are told that 16 drones launched 16 missiles. That's because we are the other day calculating number of missiles this would be, because US says over a dozen, and the dozen is 12. So we are now learning that the federal government has explained how Nigerian security forces, working in close coordination with the United States, US, carried out successful precision strike operations against Islamic State, and then the operation which took place between 12 minutes past 12 midnight, and also it lasted from 12 minutes past 12 midnight to 1:30 a.m. on Friday, December, was approved by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Of course, a lot of things were said about this, but then on the strike, on how the strikes we executed, the federal government said a total of 16 GPS guided munitions were deployed using MQ-9 Reaper unmanned area platforms drones. They successfully neutralized a targeted ISIS element attempting to enter Nigeria through the Sahel corridor, and the government disclosed that debris from expanded munitions fell in Jabo, Tambawa local government area of Sokoto State, and in Ofa, Kwara State, near a hotel premises. However, they assured that no civilian casualties were recorded, adding that security agencies promptly secure the affected areas. That's the Nigerian government giving their own explanation on how the strikes were carried out. 16, according to them, GPS on precision guided. So that was what they told us. But these are some major highlights. There were others anyway. There were many of them. Remember the Plateau and the Benua killings. It happened during the year, so we are not forgetting that one. So the Plateau and Benua killings, and then Mr. President visit, where he had visited France and stayed there over time, and then his movement. So many things happened within the year. So we're doing general appraisal. So these are the little I can give out now. Many happened. So let's get to know the highlights, your own highlights. So as far as these developments, we're doing general appraisal, and then you can also let us know those ones you think they are highlights, and make comments about these developments. And remember, many Nigerians have also been talking about issue of electricity, dilapidated infrastructure, and the constitutional amendment was also part of the developments. Issue of state police and other issues. There are so many of them that happened within the year 2025. Okay, so let's get to talk. Let's start talking. We don't have much time, but we do that as much as we can. 0803 221 6973 or 0803 827-6697. This is Crossfire on Udala 104.7 FM. Remember, we first had the executive chairman of Onitsha North local government, and then we are now concluding this section, though that was on a different section altogether. Let's get to talk. Good morning, you're welcome. It's good to have you.
Hello, good morning, my honored speaker.
You're welcome.
Yeah, my name is George, calling from my server.
You're welcome, George.
Yeah, my speaker, I would say that one of my biggest highlights this year was the incident between the SPC minister, Wike, and then Naval guy, Naval man, about disputes about land. I know that we have that very intensively. It was a very lengthy discussion, even in your station at Udala there. And the second one, we go about the issue of Ushe Kunife and the present Anambra state governor wife. They are accusing one way or the other, which we all know that it end up as a political statement. And the next one again is within the fight that happened within the PDP, PDP versus PDP, the camp of Jason Wike and this Makibe. It was that thing that happened on that day in the PDP secretary was a very drama that at the end of the day, I went to go and download, save it on my phone. That sometimes my quiet man will just put it on and start watching the live movie that took place on that day. It's a very worrisome and it is disgraceful to myself that a particular man will just try to make sure doing everything within his power to destroy a political party that gave him everything and make him become who he become today as a person. So sometimes I always
are you still there?
That's what that even happened with American pride. So as I believe that in this 2025 we have a lot of drama that happened. Even the one that they say about Fubara, that nobody didn't fit to even take the president to court to come and challenge him. And let our court even tell us we thought that the president even have the right to suspend the sitting government. Today, no, there be anything about that. So there's a lot that happened. There's a lot that happened this year. Thank you very much. So let the other people give us their own. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. You started by letting us know that the major highlight as far as this year is concerned was the incident that happened sometime around November 11, 2025 in Gaduwa District, Abuja, where the Federal Capital Territory Minister Nyesom Wike was prevented by naval officers led by Lieutenant A.M. Yerima from Asexin in a plot of land allegedly linked to a former Chief of Naval Staff Vice Admiral Awa Zubairu Gambo retired. And then so you made a very statement. You also made us understand that the public's parts, there are various parts that happened between Senator Uche Kwinife and the wife of the governor of Anambra State, Mrs. Nonyeso Ludo. I think it occurred around September 2025 because the election was sometime around November 8th. So that incident happened around September and made the build up to that very election. Okay, remember it started after the governor traded sharp criticisms over qualifications and leadership, which quickly escalated into personal attacks involving the governor's family, where Ekwinife took it to the other angle. So for you, these were your highlights. All right, thank you so much. That's Honorable Mr. George, and then we are looking at general appraisal. Good morning. I don't know if you are there. If you're there, you can also. Good morning, you're welcome. It's good to have you.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, you're welcome.
How are you today?
I'm very fine. You're welcome.
Thank you. I'm Godwin calling from Awada.
Godwin calling from Awada, you're welcome.
Yeah. I'm not going to pinpoint on any of the events, but I know that having followed you throughout the year, you have taken us on an extensive academic exercise, an adventurous one indeed. So I want to appreciate you. I want to appreciate your colleagues, the likes of Chisom and Franklin. Thank you very much. We appreciate Udala.
All right,
thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your take. Thank you so much. And we appreciate you for listening because it's not easy to listen. Good morning, you're welcome.
Hello?
Good morning, you're welcome.
Good morning, Ogiri.
Good morning.
That's my name. There's a state. I'm going to start from this morning.
You're welcome.
The mayor, please don't change also term, he's done whatever, maybe he's not done with. What is the casualty figure? That is number one. Is our president saying that he's overwhelmed by our insecurity issue in Nigeria? Is it that our president cannot handle insecurity in Nigeria? So if he cannot, is that why another country has come to look after our security like America? And we are even helping them. What's wrong with our president? Our insecurity started over 10 years ago. It didn't start today or yesterday. Mr. President said, I didn't want to get up. Please, come on. Thank you.
All right.
And then there are so many other things, interesting things. Yeah, but let me tell the one that hurts me most. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much.
Wonderful Udala.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Odaze. All right, thank you. Remember, this is Crossfire, and we are doing general appraisal. A lot of developments happened within the year, and then what? Because we are looking at the ones that you believe is your major highlight. Good morning, you're welcome.
Good morning, Mr. Speaker.
You're welcome.
Happy Xmas to Udala FM.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Hello.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Please go on.
My own putting in issue of this morning is that, man, I appreciate President Donald Trump for this welcome development that he applied to Nigeria's system of security. So it's a very...
Are you still there?
It's a very... Oh, my...
All right, thank you so much. Sorry, we can hear you, but you could not hear us. Sorry about that. Good morning, you're welcome.
Good morning, Dr. Olisa Mbeki.
You're welcome.
Joining you from work.
You're welcome.
Yes, that judgment of Mbeki, the sentence from the Federal High Court, is still shock, a very big shock to me and the many Nigerians, and also the international community, because that case is just like everybody all over the world focusing on Nigeria over that case. The expectation of the people has been turned down, and I never knew that such a decision can be taken by the court, because that judgment is totally legally baseless. I must tell you, even though that I know that there is what is called judicial immunity, but I never knew that a high court judge can be so low, maybe to please certain interests. So that decision is very shocking to me. And that Christmas gift to Nigeria by the America, that strike, is a very precious Christmas gift to all of us. And that is how I see it. Good morning.
All right, good morning to you, Chidi Chukuma. For you talked about Donald Trump's strike, and also you said it was a special Christmas, gift to Nigerians. But then, how could a strike be a gift? But you say it was a gift, and then you also talked about Nnamdi Kanu conviction. These for you are the major highlights as far as developments or political developments in 2025. These developments are concerned. Let's go back to the phone lines again, right, and then get your take. What do you think about these developments in Nigeria? Good morning, you're welcome.
Good morning.
You're welcome.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. What's the name and where you calling from?
Okay, the issue of Natasha, when she was suspended from National Assembly, before the suspension, she was giving it her for her to apologize or face the suspension. And she said the suspension after everything she was restored. That story is sweet too.
All right. Okay, you brought the issue of Natasha. And for you, it was your highlight. All right, we are going to... Oh, sorry about that. Okay. I think something happened. I think that line went off. So, It was something that happened around March. Natasha, I remember, was suspended from the Nigerian Senate around March 6, 2025. And when the Senate voted to bar her from all legislative activities for a period of 6 months following a dispute and misconduct allegations linked to her conflict with the Senate president. So, remember, her suspension included withdrawal of her salary, security details, and access to the National Assembly for the duration of that period. It attracted brouhaha. It attracted furore. Many Nigerians talked, and then debates were everywhere. But it was finally not resolved because we are still waiting for the courts to make certain pronouncement. I think the matter is before the Supreme Court, even though that she had been reinstated. Let's go back to the phone lines, okay? No, that issue was dramatic anyway. That's another drama that happened during the period in view. Alright, let's go back to the phone lines again. Remember, you can also drop your comments on our Facebook and also on our YouTube channel, so you can drop your comments. And I know many of you want you to talk. Want to give you the opportunity to talk. And then I know a lot of people, they are in their homes, and they would also want those who are in their villages to also make a call for us to have that very feel that we are there with you. Good morning. You're welcome. It's good to have you.
My name is Comrade Owauchena. I'm calling you from Onitsha.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
You're welcome.
You see, the biggest story of the year 2025 was the suspension of a sitting governor. I mean, the governor of River State, Udala, by Mr. President, and the subsequent defection of Udala to APC. Mr. Speaker, this is the highest form of constitutional terrorism. In fact, it is the height of executive rascality, abuse of power, and the emasculation of public institutions. It is so regrettable. In fact, it is an aberration. We saw how the Supreme Court delayed the matter until after the 6 months suspension, and how they came up with their lame judgment, a predetermined judgment or a script written to them. See, Mr. Speaker, these are the things that triggers peace. Unfortunately, or fortunately, there may not be something like it in Nigeria due to ethnic diversities and religious sentiments. But if this kind of thing had happened in a homogeneous society, I bet you the military will have no option than to take over, because this is a rape of democracy. So I still, express worry that nothing has been done. And this is why many state governors are jittering. They are jittering. That's why they are defecting to APC. Not because APC is doing enough, but they don't want to be in the bad book of the president. Maybe their tenure will be terminated with one flimsy excuse or the other. So, for me, that is the biggest and most unfortunate highlight of what happened in 2025. I rest my case. Good morning.
All right, thank you so much. It talked about the suspension of a sitting governor and also the issue of his eventual defection to APC. But then there are people that would say that the issue of Plateau massacre, where multiple coordinated deadly attacks throughout that place, I think it happened around March and April, where communities in Bokos, Houthi, Ruwi, and other local government areas, resulting in dozens to over 100 fatalities. In fact, we started counting bodies. So at the point we counted 100 and something, I don't know. But then, so it happened sometime around, was it around March or April? So that's the Plateau massacre. It was followed, by what happened in Benue State. In the case of Benue, I think Benue massacre happened around June 13 and 14, 2025, when gunmen attacked the village Yawata and killed a large number of villagers while displacing thousands more. So, and that was triggered this issue of Christian persecution, and Trump took it to the other level by making statement sometime around November. People were of the view that if Benue massacre happened around June 14 and also June 13 and 14, and that of Plateau happened around April, Trump didn't talk all this period. Then he started talking around November. But that's by the way. Let's go back to the phone lines. But for you, the suspension of democratically elected governor, and then his eventual defection, and then Supreme Court ruling over that after they did not entertain the matter for the period of time the suspension was in view. That they did that after the suspension was lifted. For you, it was purely academic exercise, as you said. Let's go back to the phone lines. So for those of you joining us now, this is Crossfire on Udala 104.7 FM, and we are taking a general appraisal of different political developments within the year and what for us that made you a highlight as far as these political developments are concerned, and we have been able to realize so many of them. And then remember, a number of elections happened within the period in view. That was on 8th of November, and with eventual declaration of Governor Chukwuma Soludo as the winner of that very contest, where he won in all the local governments, and he also won in all of the 318 wards across 326 wards in Anambra State. So, historic development. The only governor who had won such with such margin, where beavers was deployed. I think governor had made such intrusion or made such mark or had such results with the deployment of beavers in elections. So it happened within the period in view. So we're going to take some comments on our Facebook because we have so many comments there, and also to really accommodate those of our friends who are also there. I think we have this comment from Oba Antonin Kem. Good morning, Dr. Tony. It's been good all year. Yes, a lot of things happened during 2025 in this our country, Nigeria, but few ones I can point out my highlights: River State political crisis, and also I think the suspension of Fubara without due process, and that of conviction of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to life imprisonment, especially where he was taken to Sokoto Correctional Center. So that's for Oba Anthony Kem, pointed out these two developments: Nnamdi Kanu's conviction and also the suspension of democratically elected governor. And then nobody's talking about the Supreme Court ruling, which also made the debate to be more intense. Many people are talking about what the debate is all about. Has the president the power to suspend the democratically elected governor or not? And some are saying the Supreme Court did say, and some are saying the Supreme Court did not say so. Remember, it was a split judgment, 6-1, and that was what we have as far as that judgment is concerned. So it's a development, and many people are talking about it. And many of you cannot also factor this in also because it's one of the developments within the year. The coming of Udala FM somewhere around March. Many of you are not also counting that one because Udala FM emerged. Just like, I don't want to just sound poetic, but Udala FM came to be. It started, March this year. I think the first program was sometime around March 21st, but then the full section, I think, around March 22nd. So it was not a political development, but it was also a major development. So we can also smile at that and look back and say, within the year, it also happened. Or didn't it happen? It happened. All right, that's it. Let's go back to the phone line, 0803 221 6973 or 0803 827 6694. A lot happened. When we talk about Udala FM, look at so many programs, beautiful programs, the Biri Kambiri, the sports extravaganza, so many programs, beautiful programs, even the Crossfire, and also the polity, where we look into some of these developments, some of these issues, try to crisscross and then tell you what is going on.
Hello?
Good morning.
Okay, you need to hear me say Udala. What I say?
And I say you're welcome once again.
Yeah, I did say Udala. Because if it's not Udala FM, I won't be listening to you now. You put so much headlines. I did say Trump, the fallout of Trump's visit is president saying, I'm not capable of the security of Nigeria any longer, and all that. And I said Udala FM. And that is the best thing.
Okay, you said it. You said it.
At this point in time in our country.
You said it. That's true.
We need accurate reportage. Well, we need journalists that know their onions. What we know that you got people that are serious social critique that can stop without qualms. It's Udala. I've been in it for quite some time. That is broadcast and all that. I'm going on 70 and all that. So I know what I'm talking about.
Thank you so much.
When I say a broadcast industry is it? It is it. Udala is it. I find
Thank you so much.
Contradicted.
Thank
you don't
you so
like
much.
it? Tell me. Or does it know it's not Udala? You covered everything. Forestry, drama, everything, education, medicine, even our social way of life. You did. Urumili, the Miryasha and all that. You covered everything. We have memory. We remember. But what we don't have is enough time to say, yes, this broadcast industry that just come on board is doing fantastic. In fact, you've done a job that your colleagues have not done for quite some time. I'm not trying to bring them down. I'm trying to be factual. And you say, Odaze, I am Odaze of Iran. I am radio broadcast of Nigeria. I got an award from United Nations. Yes. And I got another one from Radio Nigeria. Yes. And I'm not talking. I have an award from South Africa. Yes. So when I'm talking of broadcast industry, I know what I'm talking about. I'm of course ethnic nationality. Yes. But I happen to be one of the best broadcast critics in the world. Check it out. Go to United Nations. I belong to Alphabetic Foundation. Yes. Check it out. It's there in black
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yes. I deserve it. And I'm good at what I know how to do.
Yes.
Take it to the bank. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Odaze, for that compliment. Thank you so much for appreciating all of us. All right, let's also take this message from Mazi Warrior Chikwa Dorum Osinachi. Wonderful morning to you, my honorable speaker, Ogadagiri Nosumo, Mr. Tony Olisa Mbeki. Okay, you said there are a lot of things, interesting developments that occurred in 2025, but then you highlighted these ones, issue of mass defections from one party to the other, Fubara office suspension and recalling him to his office. Okay, he said it was unfortunate, and then he said it was also insultive and also laughable. Then issue of insecurity, which also form major topics on daily basis. Then Trump threat and U.S. airstrike a couple of days ago. Mazen Namdekano's several trial postponement and jail term, and also excessiveness of Mr. President traveling and borrowing. In fact, this year is full of drama. Thanks for giving us this opportunity to share our thoughts. Happy New Year in advance. I'm enjoying the program live right here in FM Onitsha. Thank you so much, Mazi Wore Shekwadorum Usinachi, for that very take. Okay, I think we are going to go for commercial break. When we come back, we are going to continue with the conversation. We've got some bills to pay. Remember, when we come back, we continue our discussion. We're looking at general appraisal, and this is the last of the year. We're talking about some of these political developments, the appraisal of these political developments, from January to December. And then many of you have mentioned some highlights, but I think the one that seems to be taking more attention, that of Fubara, the emergency declaration in River State, and also the emergence of Udala FM. Let's quickly take a moment. When we come back, we continue with the conversation.
Udala Radio, 104.7 FM.
When the city sleeps, the river remembers. When the drums call, Onitsha awakens. This December, the call grows louder as Udala Radio joins forces with the Golibe Festival 2025. From December 26th to New Year's Day, the heartbeat of the East comes alive. Music, laughter, art, culture, and the unstoppable joy of homecoming. Golibe! This year promises more energy, more color, more connection. A festival for every proud son and daughter of Igbo land. Stay tuned to Udala Radio, your front row seat to the celebration that never fades. Golibe! Golibe Festival 2025. Exclusive media support by Udala Radio. It's not just a festival, it's who we are. Christmas is set like concrete where them just pour. Udala Christmas raffle don't land for Golibe Festival. Hey! Just 1,000 naira per ticket, and if you work at enter our studio, make you shout your loved one's name live for radio.
I just want them to say I love them well. My baby, I love you, die.
You want to know how you go take be part of this? It is simple. Just buy your ticket for Golibe Festival ground. Come our open studio and boom, your voice go to fly enter everybody radio. Better things there for ground where you feel win. 43-inch Hisense TV, refrigerator, aux fans, and plenty goodie bags. No dollar. This Udala Christmas raffle draw they happen on the 30th of December 2025. If you want grab your ticket sharp, make you call 0803-350-4206. 0803-350-4206. This Christmas, buy for yourself, buy for your people, because Udala Udala Christmas raffle, everybody gets something inside. Supported by Nolin Ventures Limited, Onitsha.
Golibe, Golibe, Golibe! Onitsha, are you ready? The festival is here. And this year, Kate's Associated Industries Limited, manufacturers of Dubai antiperspirant deodorant, will show up, not just to turn up, but to turn up fresh. December 26th to 31st, Chuba Ikpeazu Stadium will be hot. Street Carnival, Dreamland for Children, masquerades, high life nights, full December cruise. But please, do not let enjoyment get you caught on fresh. Get Dubai antiperspirant deodorant, the roll-on that holds the body, holds groove, and hypes December. Golibe Festival, proudly supported by Kate's Associated Industries Limited.
Onitsha, we there outside, oh. This December 30th, na madness won't happen for Easter. Straight from the hood, the voice when they fake Jerry.
Within the sub, Kasala don't bust. It's your boss, Jarek the Hustler, and on the 30th of December, Yona Baka for the Golibe Festival.
And you know go there alone, no Dremel, Mayokun, Zorro, Beritiga, Aguero Banks, Ivado, Loina, Brown Joel, Rod Kelly, Dara, Dre Ice. One stage, one night, Onitsha go shade. Na Golibe Festival. For Chuba Ikpeazu Stadium, Onitsha, on Tuesday, 30th of December, from 6 p.m. sharp. Gate fee, not just 3,000 naira only. 3,000, no excuse. If you no get ticket, no wahala. Just show up early. And if you no feel reach venue, no fear. Udala Radio 104.7 FM. Go there live on ground. We go broadcast them live. So whether you there stadium or you there for house, you go feel the vibes. Onitsha, we there outside. Golibe, 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 Golibe Festival. Supported by Udala Radio. Seriously authentic.
Okay.
Merry Christmas from all of us.
Udala Radio
104.7.
Now hear the Christmas Day sweet part. Let's go. Bells they ring for the street tonight. Children they dance on the Christmas light. Mama they cook jollof, aroma they rise. Yeah. For they smile, joyfully miles. No know they for body love they warm. Afro be breathing, happiness don't come. Oh, from Onitsha city to every home. Now celebrate the Chinese food is on. It's a Udala Christmas. Oh. Everybody gather make we jollof. It's a Udala Christmas. Turn up the music, make it go. Udala Christmas day sweet for Udala Radio. Udala, your number one vibes everywhere you go. Light up the tree, let it shine. Let it shine. Love for the season, make we share, make we bind. From morning to night, Udala hold you tight. Now Christmas magic, your delight. Udala, Udala, Christmas day sweet, oh Udala, Udala, feel the beat, oh. From all of us at Udala Radio. Christmas.
Kare Kirismisia wetalani angole no bioto. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from all of us at Udala Radio 104.7 FM, the voice of the region.
Quality bread, Wendy's bread, for your family breakfast. Wendy's bread, I'll pack it on the yellow. Wendy's bread, Mama, Papa, they like Wendy's bread, Chicken and duo. Wendy's bread, even children they like Wendy's bread, Wendy's bread, and in town. Wendy's bread, you get it better, tasty, we go sweet your belly. Wendy's bread, Wendy's your
Wendy's Bread, tasty bread. You can contact us on our official address, Second Business Park, Enugu Road, GRA, beside Onitsha, Anambra State. We also have another branch at St. Michael Plaza at Tandy Road. Also contact us on 070-1149-1571. Wendy's Bread, your tasty bread. Wendy's Bread.
From the streets of Lagos to the heart of Anambra, the rhythm returns home. This December 28th, Oka will breathe in rhythm and shine in bold. Lagos Jump Off 3.0, the homecoming edition, featuring Annie Guns Onyetaka, Blaze Jarek, Mr. Raw, Slow Dog, Charles Okocha, PB Ninja, Ivata, Diamond Okechi, Iglet Davidson, Casey Kubana, MC Monica, Aboifi I Go Talk, Slim Sherry, Waga, Ejai Kwamba, Go to Onitsha, Hype Man Extraordinary, Harry B, Hype AO Machine, DJ Fresh Omen, DJ Alonso, DJ Spin Daddy, DJ Factor, DJ Fabuloso, VVIP table, 3 million naira, VIP table, 2 million naira, regular table, 1 million naira, cocktail table, 300,000 naira, standalone or walk-in guest, 150,000 naira. For reservation and inquiries, do call 0913-484-4336 or +1970-258-0990. Lagos Jump Off 3.0, the homecoming, December 28th, Anambra State. This event is proudly packaged by CNN Entertainment. Be there.
When you think of roofing, think of strength. When you think of durability, think of beauty. And when you think of all three combined, think Best Aluminium MFG Limited. At Best Aluminium, we don't just manufacture roofing sheets. We create protection, comfort, and style for your home and business. Whether you're building from scratch or repairing an old roof, we have exactly what you need. Our products include stone-coated roofing sheets, aluminum roofing sheets, and colored roofing sheets. But that's not all. We also offer residential and commercial roofing services, roof repairs, gutters, emergency roofing services, and even durable cookwares that bring quality to your kitchen. Visit us today at 30/32 Anyika Street, Awada Obosi, Anambra State, or call us right now on 0806-416-2374 or 0706-059-6203. With Best Aluminium, you're investing in peace of mind, in beauty, and in the future of your home. Because when it comes to roofing, the best choice is always Best Aluminium MFG Limited. Tomorrow's technology today. Hello, my brother.
Hello, bro. How far now?
Adele, waiting this up now.
Now my tenants, they won't finish me. They know they pay rent. Wahala every day. Papa, the way you get supposed to give me joy. You don't want wahala.
Yeah, my brother. You need to upgrade to A sharply.
Guy, another agent I beg, I don't want. Agent that they are wahala and 5 and 6.
Sure, you never try Asoj Assets now. The best from in property management. See, since I carry my houses, give them. Nah, so I they enjoy peace of mind like this. Them they handle rent collection, tenant screening, maintenance, everything. I just they relax, they watch my investment, they grow like this.
You know me now. You mean I avoid all these shifting with tenants?
Now, correct. Asoj Assets go manage all your property worries. Them they professional, transparent, and reliable.
My friend, will you get out? Now see finish the cost of this nonsense. No worry. As we just said they come. When I go soon here out.
Why stress when Asoj Assets will run up for you? For property management, tenant services, and real estate solutions, call Asoj Assets today on 0904-0422-240 or 0906-8205-058 or visit our office at number 8 Niger Drive, GRA Onitsha, Anambra State. Forget cho from house agent and trust the experts at Asoj Assets for your peace of mind. Asoj Assets, managing property, multiplying value. Public notice. The governor of Anambra State, Professor Charles Chukwuma Soludo, CFR, has set up an ESCO committee for the recovery of all government land at Otumoye Creek, Onitsha, in Onitsha South local government area of Anambra State. All persons purportedly laying claim to all those parcels or plots of land located at Otumoye Creek, Onitsha, are by this notice requested to submit the following documents to the Office of the Commissioner for Lands. 1. Allocation letter. 2. Certificate of occupancy. 3. building plan approval, and 4. Any other relevant documents conferring ownership of such plots of land to the individual. All documents are to be submitted in 2 sets within 14 working days from the date this notice was first published. No submission will be received or attended to after the expiration of the said 14 working days. Signed, Mrs. Nkiru Mokwe, Esquire, Permanent Secretary for Commissioner for Lands. Christmas on set like concrete when them just pour. Udala Christmas raffle don't land for Golibe Festival. Hey! Just 1,000 naira per ticket, and if you work at enter our studio, make you shout your loved one's name live for radio.
I just want them to say I love them my baby, I love you, die.
You want to know how you go take the part of this? It is simple. Just buy your ticket for Golibe Festival ground. Come our open studio and boom, your voice go to fly enter everybody radio. Better things there for ground where you feel win. 43-inch Hisense TV, refrigerator, aux fans, and plenty goodie bags. No dollar. This Udala Christmas raffle draw they happen on the 30th of December 2025. If you want grab your ticket sharp, make you call 0803 350 4206. 0803-350-4206. This Christmas, buy for yourself, buy for your people, because Udala Christmas Raffle, everybody gets something inside. Supported by Nolin Ventures Limited, Onitsha.
When the stakes are high, the debates get hotter. When the issues demand clarity, we bring the fire. Welcome to Crossfire. Crossfire, where politics meets perspective, where issues are dissected, and where no topic is off limits. From the corridors of power to the pulse of the streets, we break down the politics, the controversies, and the decisions that shape our nation. Join Dr. Tony Olisa Mbeki as he puts guests on the hot seat, drilling them with the tough questions, demanding the hard truths, and leaving no room for half measures. Get ready for fearless conversations and uncompromising analysis. Crossfire, exclusive on Udala 104.7 FM Onitsha, every Saturday from 9 a.m.
Welcome back. It's true Crossfire on Udala 104.7 FM on Onitsha this very beautiful Saturday morning, the last edition of Crossfire in the year 2025 as we transition into 2026. Of course, thank you for your patience, and that tells you that we have got so much to do, and then there are many people who are listening and people who are really doing so much to be heard as far as this program is concerned. That's why you had all these commercials, and that's to tell you that people want to also have placement in what we do, and we appreciate everyone for that. Remember Sheikh Abubakar Gumi, who had said that United States of America should seize this airstrike, calling on federal government to stop all this cooperation, look for cooperation in China, go to Pakistan, even Turkey. They can give us this cooperation, saying that if you allow this cooperation with the United States of America, their anti-US forces, especially in Arab world, they may turn Nigeria into a theater of war. They may have reason to attack Nigeria because of US cooperation. That's according to Gumi. And then many Nigerians have been talking about Gumi's statement saying he should be arrested. In fact, the Reverend Father made a post and asked federal government why is Gumi walking freely on different roads. But Nigerians have also dug up what Gumi Father said. I'm going to tell you about the Gumi Father. Remember, if you talk about Gumi Father, Sheikh Abubakar Mahmoud Gumi, you know, he's now from a present Zamfara state. Gumi Father served as Grand Qadi, that is the Chief Judge of the Sharia Court of Appeal of the then Northern region of Nigeria from 1962 until the position was abolished in 1967. That's Gumi's father. He was the first Grand Qadi Grand Kadi is also referred as Chief Judge of the Sharia Court of Appeal of the then Northern Nigeria from 1962 down to 1967 when that position was abolished. But then there was an interview Gumi father granted, and then in that interview you can quite agree that he said quite a lot of things, but the highlight of that interview where Gumi father made a statement that unity will be possible. I think there was a way Gumi father made a very statement in that very interview, and then he said that unity in Nigeria would be possible if everyone converts to Islam. That was his interview many years ago. Not Gumi, this President Gumi. I'm talking about his father, where he said Nigerian unity, if I'm to do my best, is to try to convert Christians and non-Muslims as much as possible until the other religions become minority and they will not affect our society. He talked about so many things. So he did say that one of Nigeria's problems, according to him then, is that of unity, and how much can, these things happen. And then he went back to answer that question. So many Nigerians have talked that thing up, saying that unity will only be possible if Christians convert to Muslims. That was interview many years back. That was a 1987 interview he granted in 1987. Nigerians are digging that interview by Gumi's father, saying, look at Gumi's father, look at his position, look at his thoughts, and look at what his son, the President Che Gumi, who is also against the federal government cooperation with the United States of America. So that's to tell you the origin of everything. So we have to bring it to your notice. Let's go back to the phone line, 0803-221 6973 or 0803-827-6694. Quite a lot going on. Good morning, you're welcome.
Good morning.
You're welcome.
Good morning, Mr. Tony Mbeki.
You are welcome.
Well, let me go straight to the point of the political problem in Rivers State.
All right, what's your name?
My name is Philip Chilesi. I'm calling from Isunjaba.
Are you calling from Isunjaba at this point?
Hello?
All right, please go on.
Network is stopping.
Please go on.
Stop what my mind is. So the political problem in Rivers State, I suspect and suggest that Rivers State didn't merit to be a state because there are too many Aburus in that very state. In memorial, I can remember one man they called for the kilo. Then politically, at times you hear that there are coffins in the office, there are chimpanzees in the office. You always are having problems there. I suggest that that state is supposed to be split into 5. Some may go to Delta, some may go to Bayelsa, some may go to Imo State anyway. Now, look at the side of Northern State and the America strike. It's a welcome development. Why must Nigeria looking this man called Gumi? Yeah? Inciting genocide, inciting problem in this country. Nigeria just put their arms watching this man called Gumi. If somebody like, let me say, I see the man as a religious man. If Mbaka start talking now, or the one at the other side of UK talk now, you will see Nigeria will just go and arrest them. Yeah? This is intimidation in this very country. Bye-bye.
All right, thank you so much. That's a thought, and it's your opinion anyway. But then you say that if other religious or Christian clerics talk the way Gumi is talking, you think they will be arrested, but that's their take anyway. Remember, Mr. President said that he is for faith and religious freedom. That's what Mr. President said. But we looked into that yesterday during the analysis, and then we pointed out a lot of things that would assure confidence, not by mere rhetorics or by mere statement, but certain measures and actions as well. So that's just what we advise, and then the president has to match his statements and then his thoughts with action to convince Nigerians, to convince everyone that he is truly out for this. So that is just that. So let's quickly also let you know that many Nigerians have been talking even on X, on different platforms and on different places. People are talking, also making certain expectation. Even the tax reform, so Yedele has said, January 1st, the new tax regime will come into effect. But just as the National Assembly has also asked the federal government to re-gazette the law as passed by the National Assembly, so to avoid the controversy that generated. So many people have called for the suspension of the new tax laws or the new tax acts as we have in the country, but there's no cause for action anyway, because that seems to be taken care of by those who are concerned by that. All right, let's see if we can just take some comments on our social media platform. Okoye Angoleka, good morning, beautiful souls in the studio. Merry Christmas. I'm Angoleka texting from Umoji. You guys should keep up the good work. We appreciate you, Angoleka, for your thoughts and then also your compliments. And then we also have Eke Gunners, Madeke. My appreciation to the management and workers of Udala Radio. I started following right from the day of the test running to the opening day, which was 21st March 2025, and it has been educative and entertaining all through. I hope and pray for better 2026. Dr. Tony Olisa Mbeki, God bless you. Thank you so much. Eke Gonas Madeke. All right, I think Eke Gonas Madeke. Okay, that's just that, and then there are other messages there as well. So we have to go back to the phone lines. And yesterday, it has been merriment and there has been a lot of things. But then there's this statement coming from the federal government, and the federal government saying that we have approached Turkey for assistance. It seems that Kumi statement that we should ask Turkey for assistance. Remember, Turkey is a Muslim country, or it's an Islamic country, if I may put it that way. But then we are learning that the federal government said it has sought the help of Turkey in tackling the security challenges currently facing the country. And then it was President Bola Tinubu's statement on Friday at a meeting with the delegation of the Christian Association of Nigeria. Remember, we talked about that very meeting where Christian Association of Nigeria, led by its president, Archbishop Daniel Oko, visited Mr. President Lagos residence. And according to a statement by his special advisor on information and the strategy, Bayo Onanuga, and then remember, he called the president told Khan to work with his administration to achieve the nation's collective aspirations, stating that some of the measures taken by his administration needed some time to mature. But then on the issue of approaching Turkey, the president said that our orders for 4 attack helicopters from the United States of America will take some time to arrive, that we have approached Turkey for assistance, okay? And then assistance in the area of some helicopters and other things. So what kind of assistance? Because remember, Gumi has asked the federal government to approach Turkey, but the federal government is saying that it has also approached Turkey, but it seems to be on the area of armament, that is weapons, not necessarily the one Gumi is actually talking about. But the federal government has confirmed that it has also approached Turkey for assistance, and then that's just that. So does it mean that federal government is listening to Gumi, or Nigerians want to know if federal government listens to Gumi's statement and some of the things he usually say? Remember, he do say these things on social media, and then the Nigerian dailies will carry it all over, and it's just be circulated everywhere. So what is actually going on? But that's just the way we are seeing it. But the president said that Turkey has been approached in the area of trying to see if we can purchase helicopters. Some helicopters will be used to fight insecurity in the country. Okay, that's just the development. So we've asked you your major highlights, especially in the year in view 2025, political highlights, different political developments, and many of you have just made their opinion known, and of course we appreciate that as we really wind down for the year. That's what we are gonna do We've just raised so many things, and then your thoughts and your appreciations, which we also really appreciate. We have to really call it really a year. Would you call it? I remember there was a time Queen Elizabeth really referred a particular year to be annus horribilis. Can anybody tell me that? If I call that a quiz question, can you give me an answer? Which year did the Queen of England, during her time as the reigning monarch, refer a particular year as annus horribilis, and the reasons or the developments that made her to refer to that very year as annus horribilis? You have to send me your answers, and then you have got a prize to win if you really attempt that very question. No expo, and then there will be a time, if I don't get the answers, definitely I know that you must have done research and get to know what that is. But maybe when we come back, I'm going to tell you the answer, but I know many of you will go on and do research. There was a year Queen Elizabeth II, the monarch, the Queen of England, referred to as annus horribilis, and developments that happened that very year that made her to refer that very year as annus horribilis. On that note, we have come to the end of this very program, Crossfire, on Udala 104.7 FM for the year 2025 as we move into 2026 install. I want to appreciate every one of you for listening. Of course, you did the most unthinkable, for being there for us, for always tuning into this very dial, for locking it up every time. Oh, we appreciate that. We appreciate that. In the words of some general overseers, they will tell you glory, glory, glory. We really appreciate that. And then we also thank you for the company, for everything, for patronage as we march into the next year. Thank you so much, and God bless you. My name is Tony Olisa Mbeki, the Honorable Speaker. You have a Merry Christmas as usual, because we've been having that since 25, but then we're wishing you a prosperous new year. Thank you so much, and God bless.
Udala Radio 104.7 FM.
When the city sleeps, the river remembers. When the drums call, Onitsha awakens. This December, the call grows louder as Udala Radio joins forces with the Golibe Festival 2025. From December 26th to New Year's Day, the heartbeat of the East comes alive. Music, laughter, art, culture, and the unstoppable joy of homecoming. Golibe!